My fellow Nigerians, happy Independence Day. Or is it really a happy Independence Day? Are we really happy? Have you heard the president's speech? I have heard it too. And what I want to say about the independence celebration. I don't know if we are in that celebratory mood as Nigerians because of the hardship that we are facing. Would we say that we are really happy? 64 years we have existed as a national entity. I don't know whether we are really happy. It doesn't really look like we're happy. I remember back then growing up as a child, on Independence Day like this, you see people celebrating, music would be going on here and there. People would be celebrating, really. There'll be food, cooking, merriment. We don't see that. For a long time now, we've not been saying that. And that's because of the things that is happening in our country. My attention is actually to the leaders. I know we as citizens, we all have roles to play. My focus today is really to the leaders. Because when the head is sick, the whole body is sick. How do we get this thing right? From what we are experiencing in this country, it will be re-emphasized that what we need is a servant leader style of governance. A servant leader style of governance. I read in my university, and I never forget this quote. I'll just try to paraphrase it, but it goes this way. That no matter how laudable, how high-sounding, how impressive, how well loaded the policy of government is, if it does not impact positively the lives of the average citizen on the streets, that policy becomes politically invalid and of no societal utility. It is ineffective. It is useless. The average citizen must feel the impact of every policy, that it is channeled towards giving him quality life. What we are going through today is a thing that brings tears to our eyes. It's a thing that breaks our hearts because we as a nation, we are blessed in natural resources and in human resources more than so many countries that are far advanced when compared to us as a nation. When compared to Nigeria, people who do not have half or quarter of the resources that we have when it comes to natural resources, when it comes to human resources, they don't have up to that. They don't have our numbers. Yet they have advanced more. Why? It is because of the makeup of those who are in the corridors of power. We have suffered so much as a people, and we have learned to just carry on with life. I was discussing with someone, I said, it is easy to rule Nigeria because we as a people, we are not aggressive. We are more or less like a docile people. We don't like trouble. We just want things to go well. It's easy. Go and check other countries, other African countries. Or you want to go to Middle East. Do nonsense. They will show you. You will run. We as a people, we just learn to manage. We even catch cruise when we are suffering. Like Fela said, suffering and smiling. The servant leader style of governance is what we need. And I'm going to touch some areas. I might be crude in my approach or in my statement, but it's the truth. If you look at it very well, it's the truth. You see, no economy thrives without quality education. Now, the reason we have always been going back and forth on this thing about improving our educational sector, it is because the politicians who are there, who are our leaders, they don't have anything to lose. How many of them have their children schooling in state and federal universities in Nigeria? They always run to their children to the abroad to go and school. So when you and I are complaining of 6-month strike, 3-month strike, the quality of education is low, this, that, teachers are not well paid, university standard is below the global standard, it doesn't touch them. So if it can be made mandatory that, see, if you are occupying a public position or you're a politician, that your children will school in our state and federal universities, you will see they will pay attention to that sector.